Alrighty, so I've just about sent everything out to where we need to be, but we'll get started here now that it's been about 5 minutes or so. I typically do that, 5-minute warm-up, get people into the grand scheme of things, and, see what happens. Because sometimes there might be additional setups, sometimes there's not. Really, it's just a matter of normalizing things and making sure that everyone can get in and get settled and whatnot. Anyway, it's weird streaming back-to-back nights. Oh, I gotta send the link to you-know-who. I gotta send it to... Want to pop in for a beat. I do say so. The Plock theme song, really, really good. Anyway, we're gonna get started here. It's beautiful. We're gonna kick some ass and we're gonna go back to the present. Anyway, we'll pause this. We'll get started here. We'll continue where we left off, the Inherited Turnabout, middle part 1. Now, from what I understand, with what someone has told me, hello, Trav, welcome to the stream. Yes, from what I understand, this is gonna be a bit of a long case, to put it very simply. So, let's get started with the next bit on this. Where we left off. April 2nd, 10:15 a.m., Zodiac Art Gallery Fountain Patio. Alrighty. And if I can do that, that would be great. Nope, my controller. Hello, controller. Please work. Hello? Okay. 1 second while I figure this shit out. Because I could definitely use just the, control config. We can go. Okay, so it should be good to go. I could just use the touchscreen and I'd be fine, but that's lame. Oops. I guess I went on for a little too long there. Okay, I'm gonna plug you out, plug you back in. Let's see if that works. And if that doesn't, well, we'll click. Something like that happened. I had no idea. None of the case files I read went into such detail. Alright, let's quickly do the control config because I don't understand why it's not getting noticed. That's frustrating. Alright, so what if... I wonder why that's not reading. It's not a huge deal because I can use the touchscreen here. But, let's see. I did not anticipate this. I wonder why it's not functioning the way I want it to. And if it doesn't work in the next, minute, we can just, let's see. It seems like it's just not reading the thing at all. I'm going to try plugging it in one more time. And if that doesn't work, we will just click our way through the game. Alright. Well, this is something I'll figure out later. Because that's kind of concerning. One more time, just for the kicks. Just for the kicks. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. And those of all who identify in between. Let's see if we can... Alright. We won't worry about that. I'll wrap that up, and we will just use our mouse. Truly the gamer setup everyone hopes for. Alright. I had no idea. None of the kids was such a... Well, I doubt there would be anything in there that would be inconvenient to the prosecution. Especially with that Von Karma at the head. How did the investigation go from there? the desserts had disappeared from the victim's room, so the investigation hit a rough patch. Thanks to that, it took a whole year before a verdict was handed down. 1 whole year? This was before the whole 3-day pre-trial system was established. Trials didn't need to finish in the short amount of time that they do now. I see. Did they ever find out why the victim's dessert had disappeared? Well, kinda. His dessert was like a candy ice sculpture made from sherbet. Since it was made from ice, the general consensus was that it had melted. However, that might not be quite the case. What do you mean? This museum used to be Mr. Master's mansion. The stage of the IS-7 incident. And in this very place, they're exhibiting the Sherbet Salon from 18 years ago. 18 years ago. The victim's desserts? Yep. Though it could just be a replica of the original. That's why Uncle Ray had to come today, to check it out. And for your old man, too. Now then, let's get a move on and check out the room. I'm pretty sure it's over in the Winter Palace. Oh, that means I get to use the touchscreen to move around too, doesn't it? Fun, fun, fun. I was reeling the entire time, so it's good. The Winter Palace should be... Yeah. Huh? It's locked up. That's odd. I've already opened the museum. Mr. Shields, according to the pamphlet we received at the entrance, the Winter Palace is over here. That's weird. Why is it in 2 different spots? Really? I could have sworn it was this one. Alright, let's scoop. We gotta confirm the truth. We gotta confirm the truth of what happened 18 years ago. 18 years ago. Hey, look, it's Ron and Desiree Delight. Oh, look at them, they're so cute. April 2nd, 10:20 a.m. Zodiac Art Gallery, Winter Palace. Yeah, his name is Ron Delight. Yeah, man, it's still cold as ever. Man, Uncle Ray's gonna freeze solid. It seems the Winter Palace lives up to its name. It's like a freezer in here. It's like a freezer in here. With the light dimmed like this, it's almost as if the room itself is made of ice. I think the control panel for the room temperature is on the back wall. She's pointing. Miles, why don't you check what the temperature's set at for me? Uncle Ray is gonna give the curator a piece of his mind later. It's way too cold in here. Ah, very well. But if you want to look around the room a bit, feel free to stay or freeze to your heart's content. I'll get the camera ready. I want to take some pictures of this place and show it to your old man. Understood. Alrighty, so I gotta move around with this now. Wait, look at this. Mr. Shields, I can't find the temperature control panel. Ah, right. They keep it where it's hard to find. Just one moment. Huh? It's locked. Makes sense. They wouldn't want the guests changing the temperature themselves. According to the pamphlet, the Winter Palace has a temperature of 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that is cold. Uncle Ray's gonna freeze to death. Guess I'll need to find someone to share body heat with. Preferably a beautiful lady. Oh, are you trying to freeze me to death as well with those cold eyes? Of course not. Alright, well, let's talk to Desiree. Hello. I don't like using the touchscreen to control. I want to talk to you two. Why can I not talk to you? Hello.
Well, how about this?
Nope, that's not gonna work.
Well, how about this? I'll yell out, Master Mask is here! Yes, it's me! I'm Master Mask! Good, good. Wait, Ronnie, if you say that, you'll get arrested! Come on, if we don't plan properly, we won't be able to sell it.
What are these two talking about? Alright. I wonder if I can use WSAD. I'm going to try to use that instead, because I don't want to do... I don't want to do this. Hang on, config hotkey count? No, that's not what I want. I want to do config... Where's my control setting? Versus... I mean, I can use this, but this is not the same. It's up. Oh, shit. I want left, down, right. Ugh, I don't like... Whatever. I'll manage. Oh, and who is this lad? There's a boy with a school bag. Did he come to the art gallery? By himself?
She even quit her job to run this museum. I don't really get it.
Perhaps one of his parents knows the curator? Alright, cool. Neat. Let's examine this. There are 2 sculptures displayed here. Two sculptures displayed here. These sculptures are replicas of the desserts that vanished 18 years ago. Impressive, huh? These sculptures are made of ice. Yeah, that first line for Desiree? Yeah. Oof. Yes. My father never got to see these ice sculptures. And now, 18 years later, I'm standing before them. Miles, sorry to bother you while you're deep in thought. Could you turn this way a little? Huh? Like this? Yes, like that. Mr. Shields, you're not... Say cheese! Mr. Shields, please don't take pictures of me. Sorry, my bad. I just wanted to make sure the camera works okay. That camera looks quite old. Yeah, well, that's because it's an old-fashioned camera. An instant camera. It automatically develops photos after shooting. Pretty cool, huh? Yes, I know. Though I've never used one. You're quite the know-it-all. You really are the old man's son. Could you move a bit? I want to take some more photos of the room. He's just taking photos, okay. His face is taken on an unusually serious and... Let's try that again. His face is taken on an unusually serious expression. He's probably thinking about the IS-7 incident. Man, I snapped a bunch. And they're all very developed, see? He shoved them in my face before I could reply. Well, I have one more question for you, Mr. Know-It-All. Do you know what these 2 sculptures represent? They're sculptures of Taurus and Gemini from the winter constellation. Oh, bingo! Not bad, Miles. That's probably why they call this room the Winter Palace, if you know what I mean. Uncle Ray is feeling generous today, so I'll give you a copy of this photo, too. Thanks. Written down in the organizer. Are these replicas of constellation desserts that were made 18 years ago? Yeah, it looks like these 2 sculptures are also made out of sherbet. Uncle Ray's only seen the real sculptures in photos, but these sculptures look like the real deal. This was what you wanted to show me? Yeah, I think your old man would have wanted you to see it as well. I'm sorry, Uncle Ray didn't have the courage to come here alone. Don't apologize. This was a good opportunity to learn about my father's case. That means a lot to me. So, you want me to take another commemorative photo? No, thanks. Alright, well, let's... Is there anything else in here? Investigate that. I already looked at... I haven't looked at this. A giant block of ice is being displayed here. It appears to be quite heavy. No, the inside must be hollow. On the surface, there is an image of stars and written descriptions. Oh, wait, hang on. I have an idea. Let's try something. Let's try one thing here. I was thinking about it, the control scheme, because I legitimately do not like this control scheme at all and how I've been working with it. So I'm going to try moving some things around because I realized that there was a spot that was not being used. So I'm going to try plugging it in. I think this is where I usually plug in my controller anyway, so... Come on, baby. Come on, don't tell me I have to get a new controller. That would be very unfortunate. Control config up. Oh no, that's really not good then. Oh, I don't like that. Okay. And it's not even... I wonder... Okay. Might have to take a look at this later tonight. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's not good. That's really not good. Okay. Actually, here's what I can do. Here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try one thing. I'm going to go to the BRB. I'm not leaving. I just want to do one quick thing. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do that. And maybe, just maybe, I'm going to try doing one more thing. I'm just going to talk till my wits end is wits ended. And I'm going to, let's see, and if this doesn't work, then we will roll with this for the rest of the evening, and I will give up. Oh, it worked. Okay, cool. Great. All right. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, I was worried for a second. Not gonna lie. I was legitimately concerned for a second. But now we seem to be good. All right, perfect. That could have been very, very bad. On the surface, there is an image of stars and a written description. The Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, a star cluster that comprises part of Taurus. But for all these stars to be grouped together as a cluster, the ways of ancient people must have been very imprecise. Ah, that's everything. Alrighty, now that I've got some pictures of this room, let's check out the other palaces. Might as well see them all since we're already here. I suppose you're right. Oh, who is this? That yell just now. It came from the fountain patio. Let's go, Miles. Motherfuck. Larry. Larry, what are you doing in this game? You son of a bitch. I don't know why I'm surprised. Ah! Ugh. Oh dear. There's someone passed out on the floor, and that man there is... Larry! What are you doing here? No, I'm getting ahead of myself. What exactly happened here?
Edgy! I saw something that no one should ever have to see again!
Larry, calm down. Why is there someone passed out here?
I didn't do anything. He just fell down all of a sudden.
This man, he can't be... Oh my god. Oh, I'm in for a rough night tonight, aren't I?
Excuse me, but what is the matter going on?
No, that's German. Bonjour, je m'appelle...
Excuse me, but what is the matter here? You can't raise such a ruckus in the museum, boys.
This scent is... Seems like he's still breathing, but this is a bad situation. Miles, it's not safe here. Everyone get out of here. Everyone, let's get away from that room right now. There's poison gas coming out from it. What? What the fuck? Why would there be poison gas coming out of it? Okay. April 2nd, 10:42 a.m. Zodiac Art Gallery, Fountain Patio. Larry, what did you do this time? Mr. Shields, how is the victim? It looks like he breathed in a little too much of that poison gas. He's still unconscious. According to the doctor in the ambulance, there are no external injuries or any other wounds. Thanks to our fortunate timing, we were able to save him before he was too far gone. But he's not out of the woods yet. He's currently being treated by a specialist in the infirmary. I see. Mr. Shields, is he an acquaintance of yours? Yeah, you could say that. He's Dane Gustavia. He was involved in the IS-7 incident. The pastry chef? So he was involved in the case 18 years ago? 18 years ago? At least the other guy is alright. Is he a friend of yours, Miles? Yes, you could say that. It is fortunate you were not hurt, Larry. What you could say is... What's you could say that's supposed to mean, Edgy? How could you treat a childhood friend like that? It's just cruel. And also... Oh, there's the first one. Hold on. Starting the night off strong. Only not even a half hour in. And we are at... 1. And also, when I'm dressed like this, I'm called Larice Donham, you know? So don't call me Larry, it's Larice! This man is Larry Butts. He's nothing but trouble. But he's been one of my friends since grade school. Some time ago, he awakened to the calling of art and assumed the alias Larice Donham. But a Butts by any other name would smell just as much. Really? You two are childhood friends? I better report that to your old man, too. I'm sure it'll bring him joy. He was always worried about you not being able to make friends. Good for you, Edgy. Aren't you glad to have a bosom buddy like me? My father was worried about something like that. My father was worried about something like that? But anyway, what are you doing in a place like this, Larry? How many times do I have to tell you, Edgy? I'm Larice! What are you doing in a place like this? Yikes! Don't glare at me when you talk! So, are you going to tell me? Isn't it obvious? I've come here to study art! I'm gonna take Mandy on a date here, so I was just doing some scouting beforehand. Aren't you just using an art? Aren't you just using art as an excuse to go on a date? Not bad, Larice. Maybe you can introduce some pretty girls to me next time. Oh, now you're talking my language, dude. I think I'm getting a headache. By the way, Larice, did you notice anything strange when you found the victim? Nah, not really. Nothing that would make you say, I saw something that no one should ever have to see. Oh yeah, that. I was just surprised when I saw the old dude fall down out of nowhere like that. I didn't see it. I didn't do anything this time for once. Is that anything to brag about? Hello, Catherine Hall. Visitors, we wish to deeply apologize for the disturbance. I am the curator of this museum. My name is Catherine Hall. Hall. She's also one of the people involved in the IS-7 incident. Hello there, Miss Kate. Monsieur Shields, thank you for your continued assistance. She was the woman we saw at the reception. So, she's the curator here. We apologize for the inconvenience, especially since it's the opening day. No, you don't have to apologize for a thing, Miss Kate. Ah, I almost forgot. Let me introduce you to someone. This is Miles Edgeworth. He's Gregory Edgeworth's son. Oh, Monsieur Edgeworth. La la. Oh, she has an open back, too. Oh, how wonderful. I meet the sun after 18 years. It is an honor to meet you, Defense Attorney Miles Edgeworth. Wow, that was amazing. You still got that golden voice, Miss Kate. I have to say, I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm a prosecutor. Oh, so you are a prosecutor. My most sincere apologies, Monsieur Edgeworth. This woman is very polite, but slightly odd. Katie, could I get your autograph right here, pretty please? Yes, if you so desire. Why do you want her autograph? Hey, don't tell me you don't know who she is? My, you really don't keep up with the entertainment news, do you, Miles? What is this unbearable atmosphere? She's a superstar actress who's been in tons of musicals and movies. She's a great singer, too. Currently, I am the curator of this museum. I have already retired from the stage. How old is she now? 36? 34? 34. And how old is Larry's 26? Dingus Davia is 54. Raymond Shields. He's 36. I suppose they're about the same age. Ray's 10 years older than Edgeworth? What? That's wild.
I finished filming my role for my last movie a few days ago. My co-stars all said that they would. My co-stars also said that they would come here once I opened the doors. And here you are, Monsieur Artiste. I return this to you. Thanks a bunch, Katie. I'll treasure it for the rest of my life.
Well, looks like me and Laurie share the same interests. So I gathered. Larry, you said you're here to study art? Why don't you practice drawing as well? Since you're here at Miss Hall's art museum.
Oh, it would be an honor to have Monsieur Artiste sketch our exhibits.
Oh, I guess even you have some good ideas every now and then, Edgy.
I'll do a bit of sketching here for Katie. Here. What an amusing person.
Forgive the disturbance. Incidentally, who was the woman that was with you earlier?
That was Madame Delicia Scones. She is currently assisting in the treatment of Monsieur Gustavia in the infirmary. Even though I said infirmary, this is an art museum now, so it is only provisional. As I am the only staff member working here, I cannot take a leave of my duties for too long.
Delicious Scones. I believe we have heard that name somewhere before, Mr. Shields. Yep, looks like the whole gang from the IS-7 incident is here. Well, I doubt that's a coincidence.
Mr. Shields, Monsieur Edgeworth, would you care for some hot tea?
Oh, Miss Kate's tea. That takes me back. Yes, if you please. Clatter, 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 clatter. Got my gamer hat on. Backwards.
Now I must take my leave. I must explain the situation to the other visitors.
Alright, thanks for everything. She's cute. This smells like Ceylon tea. I should drink it before it cools. Oh, this Ceylon tea is of very high quality. And this aroma of citrus does wonders for your concentration, right? Does wonders for your concentration, right? The old man said the same thing 18 years ago. But the sauces back then were chilled. Today they're warm. Anyway, don't you think this current situation is rather unusual? You mean how everyone involved in the case 18 years ago is gathered at this museum? Yes, I would like to be in charge of this case, if at all possible. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay?
Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Shields! I came here as fast as I could when I heard that you were done in by poison gas.
Oh, my sweet honey Kay. How about a hug after being parted for so long?
No. Jeez, you're so perfectly fine? So you're perfectly fine? I can't believe you made us worry so much.
Detective Gumshoe, what is the meaning of bringing Kay here? I'm sorry, sir. I knew the gas was dangerous, so I tried to stop her. But no matter how much I ran, I couldn't gain any ground.
When it comes to running away, no one is faster than the Yatagarasu.
But you weren't running away from here. Ah, yes. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm all set, sir. I'll start investigating the crime. Hang on, let me do that again with the gas mask on. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm all set, sir. I'll start investigating the crime scene. Since there might still be traces of gas in the room, I'll have to ask everyone to wait here. Very well, I'm counting on you. Very well, I'm counting on you. Good luck in there, Flatfoot.
Wow, Gummy's so cool. He's just like a detective.
But that is what he is. That's what he is. Yes, Edgeworth here.
Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like the poison gas is dissipated, sir.
Ah. Well, that's good, I guess. Detective, calmly explain the state of the Autumn Palace. Wait. What? But that was... Huh? Well, but... Hold on, that's a different room. Coolio. That's a different room. What? We were in the one above. Why is Gustavia's room meant to look like this room? And the top is off.
Yes, sir. I'll start with the exhibits. On the left, there's a statue with 2 people. And on the right, there is a statue of an animal with 2 horns. A statue.
A statue with 2 people and an animal with with horns. Isn't that the exact same thing I saw in the Winter Palace just a while ago?
Also, the room is wet with water thanks to the sprinkler system. That also prevented the gas from harming anyone else.
The sprinkler system. Was there a fire in the room?
There are no signs of a fire, and the fire alarm hasn't gone off either, sir. The sprinklers in the museum are the kind that detects both smoke and fire. If it detects smoke, it'll send an alert to the security room. I think the poison gas might have set off the alarm in the security room, sir.
Was there anyone in the security room at that time? At the time?
The only one working here is the curator, Miss Catherine Hall, sir. She has been in the reception booth opposite the security room ever since the museum opened.
Did Miss Hall turn on the sprinklers?
The sprinkler system can only be operated manually from the security room, sir. If it had been automatic, it would have sprayed water all over the exhibits. Since the system is manual, the situation can be examined and the exhibits can be moved if need be.
I guess there would be more priority over the exhibits than the building, only at a museum.
But it's way too cold in this room, sir. Isn't this supposed to be the Autumn Palace? Feels more like the dead of winter in here.
The Autumn Palace is cold?
I checked the thermostat earlier and it's set to 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Couldn't believe it.
Why would the Autumn Palace be set to the same temperature as the Winter Palace? Why are there 2 different scenes?
That's about all I know for now, sir. If I figure out anything else, I'll give you another call.
I see. I'm counting on you, Detective. April 2nd, 11:15 a.m., Zodiac Art Gallery Fountain. Patio.
What did Gummy say?
Oh, I got the link this for another person. Thing, 2 more people. Got the link this for 2 people. Oh, and then I gotta send it to Umyo. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's all good in El Hood. You said it feels more like You said it feels more like winter in the Autumn Palace.
Huh? I don't get it.
I haven't been able to enter the room personally, but it should be possible to look inside after the police have finished investigating. I'd like to know what's in that. I'd like to know what it's like in there myself.
Isn't there someone else who knows about the incident?
Ah, there is someone. Miles' friend, right?
Friend?
He's such a nuisance, we have no choice but to listen to what he has to say for now. Oh, I got the notification. It's Ash Ketchum Day.
Wait, you mean... Oh, you're here too, Kay. You're looking as cute as ever. Long time no see, it's Larry, isn't it?
Okay, right now my name is Larice. I'm an artist, that's why.
So that's your pen name, Larice, the artist formerly known as Larry.
Wow, you really are a good girl, Kay. Nothing like edgy here. Larry, I have many things I need to ask you.
What's this? Don't tell me you suspect me again! You're gonna say because I was the first one on the scene, I must be the culprit, aren't you?
I never said anything like that. I only want you to tell me what you saw. You saw something that no one should ever have to see, did you not?
But I didn't. Now I'm not saying anything. Now I'm saying I didn't see nothing and I didn't do nothing. Probably.
Oh my, you didn't seem so confident there at the end. At the end there. There are somewhat troublesome circumstances surrounding this man. No, that's the Ray voice. The saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts, still holds true 26 years on. One could say his tendency to attract trouble is legendary. It seems he's done something troublesome without even realizing it himself. I'll just have to try and extract the truth from him. Are we gonna logic chess him? Yeah, I think we're gonna logic chess him. My goal is to expose whatever Larry is hiding. I gotta fix my hat because I'm a real gamer. However...
I didn't see nothing. I didn't do nothing.
Oh, he's got a lot. Larry is an extremely restless and troublesome man. Until he cools down, I'll just wait and see. First, I'll ask him about his goal. This isn't something I can't handle. I'll finish this quickly. Handle? I'll finish this quickly. Why did you come here? What was your purpose for coming to the art gallery?
What? Are you saying I don't belong in an art gallery?
Hey! If you're not gonna talk, hold that pose so I can paint your portrait.
And then I'll scribble all over the portrait I drew of you. I was just joking. I would never scribble over my paintings, of course. They're works of art, after all.
I don't think any of your works could qualify as art.
Don't look down on me. There are people who recognize my skills as an artist.
This is just like waiting and seeing.
Mandy is my girlfriend, but it's really my painting she fell in love with. That's why I'll sketch anything my girlfriend likes.
Then why are you here on your own today?
So what? Can't a guy with a girlfriend spend some time alone?
Jesus. This is so stupid.
Mandy said she's a Gemini. I thought she'd be happy if I showed her a sketch of our next date.
Do you really have that much confidence in the sketch?
Well, I'm not so confident about this one, but I thought she would be happy if I did a sketch of her astrological sign.
You came to see the... That's it. You came to see the Gemini sculpture. I see, that's just like you. I see. That's just like you. To impress Mandy, you came here to see the Gemini sculpture, did you? Didn't you? Oh, good guess.
What? How'd you find out?
Because you unknowingly told me everything.
Well then, I'm not saying another word from now on.
He's finally decided to remain silent. In that case, I'll be more relentless in my questioning. Oh, phlegm. I'll try and figure out what he was doing here at the art gallery. Yay, my time's back. I'll expose his true motives. This shouldn't take long. What did you do at the art gallery? What did you do at this art gallery?
What's with that glare? I don't really remember anything. I didn't have a pamphlet, so I just loitered around the fountain patio.
You forgot to get a pamphlet? Don't they give you a pamphlet at the reception booth after you pay the admission fee? I'm gonna turn up this a little bit.
Huh? Oh, is that right? So, the admission wasn't free, huh?
You didn't pay? Don't tell me you sneaked in here without paying.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do anything bad. It's just, there was no one at the reception booth. That's why I thought you could just come in here for free.
She wasn't there? Miss Hall wasn't at the reception booth?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was anyone on the other side of the desk. Come to think of it, Gumshoe did say something about that. Miss Hall was busy activating the sprinklers from the security room. Because of the incident, she had to leave the reception booth. Poor Katie. She went all that trouble just to open up the place. And now the art gallery's star attraction, the Winter Palace, is completely ruined. You know about that? Oh, cool. You're certainly well informed about the Winter Palace for someone without a pamphlet. The Winter Palace was where your Gold the Gemini sculpture is located. You had your sights set on the Winter Palace from the beginning, didn't you?
What? How'd you find me out again? That's right, my goal was to see the Gemini sculpture. From the very beginning, the Winter Palace was the very reason I came here.
He confessed quite easily. You can never tell anything with this man. Next, I'll ask for further information regarding the Winter Palace. He may still have some fight left in him. I'll watch his reactions and extract the information I need. Let's do, did you enter the Winter Palace? Larry, did you also enter the Winter Palace?
What's with that look of distrust? Sure, I tried going in, but...
You couldn't get in? You tried to go in, but you weren't actually able to, right?
Yeah, that's about right. I wanted to go in, but that old geezer collapsed. I was a little freaked out.
It was because of the victim? So you couldn't get in because of the victim collapsed of poison gas? Gas collapsed?
Yeah, he fell right out of the Winter Palace.
I'm sure the victim emerged from the Autumn Palace.
If it weren't for that poison gas incident, I'd be in the sketching the Gemini sculpture right now.
Larry must have mistaken the Autumn Palace for the Winter Palace. That aside, it seems his goal was to sketch the sculpture. This should be a useful clue. What did you see in the Winter Palace? Larry, did you see anything in the Winter Palace?
You're still hung up on that? Didn't I say that I didn't see anything? I started to think that it wasn't such a good idea to come to the art gallery. I need to leave soon, and soon to meet with my girlfriend.
Perhaps I should try using that clue? What about your sketch? You came here to sketch the sculpture for your girlfriend, did you not? I don't think you would give up that easily. Even after the victim collapsed, you could still see inside the room from the outside, right?
Well, I may have gotten a tiny glimpse, but there's no evidence that I saw something scary in there, right?
Oh, hello, Matt. You subbed. Thanks for the sub, Matt. Really appreciate it. You're my first sub. You're a big cool dude. Look at that. I got a big subscriber. Congratulations, Matt. You now have access to the Astro Deal emote. Thank you, Matt. Really appreciate it. It's very nice of you. Let's see if I can move it. Astro. All right. Well, I can't find my own emotes, but that's fine. I'll figure them out as I go. I really appreciate the sub, though. Founder, first month subscriber. You saw something scary? Huh. I got the sub. Wow, that's the first one I've gotten. My. I'm disappointed it turned out to be this simple. Larry, you saw something scary at the crime scene, didn't you? Ah, we beat him.
I don't want to get too loud because I don't want to room the neighbors. Sorry, neighbors. And can you read my mind? In that case, there's no point in keeping any more secrets from you.
He's like a Scooby kind of voice, shaggy voice. You just told me everything of your own accord. That was a complete waste of time, but finally, it's checkmate.
had my eyes fixed on the Gemini sculpture.
You've mentioned the Gemini sculpture many times now, but I don't believe the sculpture you saw was the Gemini one.
What? Was it a mirage then?
Larry mistakenly thought he saw the Winter Palace. This piece of evidence shows what Larry really saw. The Winter... He really saw the Autumn Palace. Why are the Winter and Autumn Palaces there? You snooze, you lose, Snake. Yeah, Larry's in this fucking case. Jesus Christ. Yeah. He saw the... Wait, but Autumn Palace should have... What the... what? Is this what I'm supposed to present? Or is this what I'm supposed to present? Because that's the Winter Palace. But he says he saw the Autumn Palace. So I think it's this. Take a look at this pamphlet. Look at this pamphlet! In the Autumn Palace, the Pisces, Capricorn, Aries, and Aquarius sculptures are displayed. Incidentally, I can confirm that the Gemini sculpture is located in the Winter Palace. Therefore, the sculpture you saw could have not have been the Gemini one. I knew it. I'm fucking thrilled to see Larry. I expected him to be a bit more shocked at the news.
I thought it was kind of strange. I know I saw a single goddess. And that transformation was no mirage. Was no mirage.
A transformation, you say?
Oh, you're curious too, Edgy. Well, nothing for it. Guess I'll have to show you.
Show me? What exactly?
I drew a picture of the very scene I saw back then. But I can't really believe what I drew.
Picture? What picture?
This one right here.
What? What? What is this disturbing picture? Is that sculpture weeping tears of blood?
Maurice, this picture is scary.
Okay, it scared me too. Like this Gemini sculpture suddenly transformed into a goddess right before my eyes.
What?
I couldn't help but scream.
So the victim collapsing wasn't what surprised him. Okay. What do you mean when you say transformed?
I don't really understand it myself. The lower half of its body just turned into a fish.
A fish goddess? That would be the Pisces sculpture, wouldn't it? In mythology, Pisces represent the fish of the goddess that the sun transformed into. Is the Pisces one of the autumn ones? Yeah, fucking who the fuck is Larry? So Pisces is one of the autumn ones. What? What the booty? This makes no sense.
Really? So Pisces isn't just some couple of ordinary fish?
Edgy, you don't think that sculpture is cursed, do you? Those tears of blood turned into the Gemini sculpture turned into a fish.
No, there's number 2. I am disgusting. There it is. Preposterous. You simply mistook the Pisces sculpture for the Gemini one.
Oh, you put the sketch in your organizer?
Even a sketch like this can be used as scrap paper, after all. Let's have a look at it. What? But it's Gemini. But it's Pisces? Weird.
How could you?
But it's strange. Why did only the lower half of the sculpture transform? It is back, Snake. It never left. Uncle Ray is a bit curious about what went on in the Autumn Palace. Indeed, I wonder if someone tampered with the Pisces sculpture. Yes, Edgeworth here.
Mr. Edgeworth, we finished searching the room. The poison gas isn't a threat anymore, so you can enter the crime scene.
Right. Good work, Detective. It seems we can enter the Autumn Palace now. Nice timing, Mr. Detective.
Let's go right now. I want to see the Pisces sculpture.
If Katie's going, I'm going too. I was planning on bringing him along anyway. Right then, let's proceed to the Autumn Palace. So this is the Autumn Palace. It certainly does resemble the Winter Palace. It's got the Taurus. Weird. This is strange. This is very strange. I don't know what to make of this.
I've been waiting, sir. Huh? Aren't you that hairy butts guy?
Wrong! I'm Laurie Stoneham!
Wrong, I'm Laurie Stoneham.
Never mind that, Detective. Your report, if you please.
Roger that, sir. We discovered used gas burner during our investigation. The nozzle was still warm when we found it, so it may be related to the incident.
Was it used to heat something? Was that ladder always... Oh, here it is. Here's the bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we have found the stepladder bit.
It was probably used by that person who set off the poison gas. The poison gas was released when someone lifted the lid off that glass case, sir.
The Pisces sculpture.
Huh? Seems you know about it, sir. Well then, do you know what the sculpture next to it is?
Since we're in the Autumn Palace, it would probably be the Capricorn sculpture.
As expected of Mr. Edgeworth. I thought it was Taurus myself. I was thrown off as it was covered by this weird cloth.
Hey, that's Delicia's cloth. The fluorescent cloth. I wonder what it's doing here. Evidence from the IS-7 incident.
No matter what it is or how it got here. The sculptures in this room are all covered with this fluorescent cloth.
And because they're hidden, it makes me want to see them even more.
Let's take a look. I'll just get this cloth off.
Wow, they're beautiful.
So this really was the Autumn Palace. You don't think the transformation Larry saw was, in fact, the moment the cloth wrapped around the lower half of Pisces fell?
See, Edgy? It wasn't just a mirage or a mistake after all.
Hey, Miles. There sure is something strange about this room. It looks exactly the same as the Winter Palace we were in a moment ago. Just a moment ago. Yes, I agree. Perhaps the sculptures were hidden to make it look like the Winter Palace. If you wrap the cloth around the lower half of the Pisces sculpture, it looks like Gemini. Capricorn is the fish half, is half fish too. I had to hide the lower half and it resembles Taurus. The remaining two, which couldn't be altered with trickery, were covered up. The Autumn Palace was made to look like the Winter Palace, so it seems, Mr. Shields. It looks like we'll need to conduct an investigation of the Autumn Palace too. Oh no, who's this?
It's these two fuckers.
Just when I thought I didn't have to do any more voices. Which I love doing. I love doing them. But oh, there's so many of them. This is the best Mr. Courtney.
Hey, you guys again? This is a problem. You see, this is my crime scene.
Mr. Edgeworth, it seems my power is insufficient. If you're here, then it would appear that you still haven't understood my warnings. We were here first, Courtney. Furthermore,
You know full well your reckless actions will cause trouble for that detective. In the name of the goddess of the law, I must pass judgment.
You've got it all wrong, pal. Mr. Edgeworth is the one. I was the one who asked Mr. Edgeworth to investigate.
Really? Well then, Flatfoot, I'll have to do that.
That?
Yeah, that. Right, cut your salary. Looking forward to your next payday? I've always wanted to say that. Looking forward to your next payday? I've always wanted to say that.
You're the last person I want cutting my salary, pal.
Yes, Mr. Underqualified and Ms. Overqualified. Hold it, the best. I am only cooperating with the police as a witness to this incident. Detective Gumshoe is not to blame.
So that's how it is. Well then, should I be raising his salary?
No, that's not what I meant. The best is a fucking idiot.
But it would be really nice to get my salary raised.
Your mercy is deeply moving, Sebastian. But past transgressions must lead to future judgment. Prosecutor Edgeworth, and all in his company, depart at once from this holy site. But we only just got here. The one given the goddess of the law's blessing, the goddess of law's blessing for this incident was Sebastian.
In other words, Mr. DeBest is the prosecutor in charge of this case?
That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening performance is over. Besides, I've already got my eyes on the culprit.
What? Who, pal?
Well, naturally, that artist. Me? Hey, what's going on, Edgy?
Don't ask me. I can't understand his reasoning.
If you can't understand how the best prosecutor thinks, it simply shows how inculpable you are.
It seems he doesn't even know what inculpable even means.
That's right, Sebastian. Prosecutor Edgeworth is quite incapable. Yes, he's incapable. She just nonchalantly corrected him. Don't underestimate my intelligence gathering skills. I just came from the infirmary and asked the doctor there about the cause of the poison gas.
And what was the cause?
Some normal substance. What was its name again? Hold on a sec, I'll call the doctor to make sure. Since Sebastian is on the phone, I'll answer for him. In that case, why didn't you tell us before you called? The poison gas was caused by mixing the two different types of chemicals. Their names are normalium and fatalium. So, what are those chemicals exactly? Normalium is a red liquid that's commonly used in everyday products. It can be found in paint and detergent, among other things, but it is not toxic by itself.
So you're saying that it's a substance readily available to anyone?
Yes, but fatalium, on the other hand, is not so easy to obtain. Its name sure sounds dangerous. What's it used for? It is the active ingredient in a white pesticide known as megatoxin X. Fatalium itself also has a color, a deep white color, but it's not readily sold in stores. It's nearly impossible to obtain domestically. Right now, we are looking into how this chemical was obtained.
Oh, they make pink. That's in Larry's sculpture.
Okay, I've figured out the names of those chemicals.
Judge Courtney has already told us. We don't need to hear it again.
Huh? Fine then, I'll cut to the chase. You know that normalium from poison gas is also used in paint, right? Today, out of everyone who visited the art gallery, the only one carrying paint was that artist. You're treating me like the culprit just because of that? I object to the red paint on the palette you're carrying.
Okay, so for me, if it were me, I would say, why are we not investigating? Normalium's really easy to get. Fatalium is really hard to get. Which one do you think is more likely the criminal, makes someone more of a criminal? Something that's really easy to get, or something that's really hard to get? I don't know, you tell me.
Hey, Edgy. Don't you think this prosecutor is kind of an idiot?
Indeed. Although I've only known him for a short time, his logic is always absurd.
Hey, don't ignore me!
It's all right, Sebastian. They're only doing it because they're afraid of you. Like the first star to appear in the night. At night, show us your reasoning that shines the best.
The first star that shines best. Not bad. Hey, you guys, you better listen up too.
This motherfucker. Mr. DeBest's shining logic. Oh, I like this background.
That artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint, right? As he was carrying the paint near the victim, he had the best chance. The paint, along with being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's the culprit. So, what do you think, Justine?
We cannot ignore the possibility. Well then, Mr. Artist, please tell us the truth. Did you leave red paint at the crime scene? Or else, did you cause the poison gas to go off?
The only thing I leave behind is my bond of love with you.
Please watch what you say. My gavel is already prepared to declare you guilty.
It's hard to differentiate Sebastian and Larry's voice. I got a Discord notification. What is that? Oh, it's just Night Fright.
Night Fright.
One second. I'm checking a thing. Yep, okay. Please pay no heed to this man's statements.
Objection! Hey, you guys! Ignoring my reasoning is just because it's flawless won't do you any good. Mr. Edgeworth, if you've already admitted defeat, you should take your leave.
Even though I don't really have time to deal with your ridiculous reasoning. Oh, well, that's the end of this line. Okay.
That artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. The poison gas was caused by normalium.
No, it's normalium and fatalium, you dipshit. Yeah, and it's pink, so, like, you tell me. Oh, fuck. Wrong one. Mr. DeBest there. Oh, fuck, I messed up to DeBest. Uh-oh, that's not good. We're just gonna skip past that. Yeah. It's full of contradictions, but I fucked up. Normalium Z. Yeah, really. That's what it was reminding me of. Alright, it was caused by fatalium. That's the one. Mr. DeBest, your logic is more akin to a shooting star than a shining star.
It shines the best like a shooting star, right?
It may shine brightly for a brief moment, but then it burns itself out. The poison gas originated from inside the glass case of the Pisces sculpture.
Exactly! So that's where the artist set off the gas, right? He used the normalium in his red paint.
As your senior, let me give you one piece of advice. Listen to the explanations of others. The poison gas was caused by mixing both normalium and fatalium together. The normalium contained in the red paint is not enough by itself.
Huh? Really? But I thought I heard that normalium caused the fatality.
Don't tell me you just misheard the forensics report.
Darn it!
By the time Larry discovered the victim, the room was already filled with poison gas. It is time for you to realize how incapable you really are.
Hey! What do you mean by incapable?
I love how they bring that joke back.
You tried to use that word earlier and you still don't know what it means. What it means? He means to say, you are lacking in ability.
Incidentally, inculpable has a completely different meaning.
I get it! You're making fun of me again, aren't you?
I'm merely saying you were incapable in your investigation.
Before you insult Sebastian, I still have some doubts about your own statement.
What kind of doubts?
For all we know, Mr. Artist could have simply entered the Autumn Palace at an earlier time.
That's...
Moreover, do you have evidence that the red paint is unrelated to the case?
The most important thing is now is not the red paint. The red normalium and the white fatalium. Exactly how these two substances were mixed? Exactly how are these two substances mixed? That, I believe, is my thing.
She has nice, yes, well, I'm not gonna say it all loud, but I mean, it's like...
You know, that's the thing about this character's character design. She has what we call boob hats. Like, there's no reason in this frame her breasts should be so defined that they are just two orbs. That is not how the body and clothes work. Unless you're telling me this is literally a skin-tight judge uniform, which that seems really like... It's already gonna be behind a fucking robe anyway. It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. Her outfit, her design is very, very confusing. It is anime. You are not wrong. It is anime. But like, so is everything else in this game. You're right, the boobs never make sense in anime. You're not wrong.
Naturally, it was Sebastian's job to investigate that. Were it not for your interference, we would have found that out by now.
I never intended to interfere. On the contrary, I'd like to cooperate.
Don't tell me you're going to say you know the cause of the poison gas.
How the poison gas started. I have something that may shed some light on this matter.
Sebastian, do not fall for his bluff. Come on now, it's fine, really. Let's hear what he has come up with. If you say so, Sebastian. Come on, show us! How did the poison gas start?
Well, this.
Surely you're not saying that this was the cause of the poison gas.
What? How could this look so Japanese? It's an...
Yeah, you're right. Actually, Snake has a point. This isn't anime. This is Western cartoons. There's no way, because this is set in America. So there is absolutely no way that this can be anime. Seems you haven't even noticed it.
Duh, it really stands out. It really stands out. It really stands out.
Eat your hamburgers, Apollo.
Can't go one without it.
Those red tears Larry saw were undoubtedly normalium.
Huh? Wait a second. If those were the chemicals, does that mean a ghost set off the poison gas?
I don't have time to play along with him. The red tears of normalium could not have triggered the poison gas by itself. That red liquid was mixed inside the case to create the poison gas.
What? Just where do you see evidence that the chemicals were mixed?
That can also be seen in this sketch. It's the pink stuff. Well, that's number 3. That is number 3. All right, let's go right here. Bada bing, bada boom. A pink liquid can be seen flowing out from under the case of the Pisces sculpture. This is proof that the two chemicals were mixed.
I can't help that I create poison gas with my sculpture. I'm a Pisces.
This is proof that the two chemicals were mixed.
Hold on a second. I still don't get it. How does this show that the normalium and the fatalium were mixed?
Since we have a self-proclaimed artist here, I'll let him explain. Larry, you fancy yourself an artist, so you should know about mixing paint, right? What do you add to red to make pink?
Don't take me for a fool, Edgy. I'll have you know I graduated from middle school. You add white to red to make pink. It's common knowledge.
Larry looks like a Bakajanai.
Well, technically there's rose pink, baby pink, and several others.
That's enough. Now, do you understand, Mr. DeBest? I was... Yeah, no Snake. That's Laurice.
That's how it is. That's how it is. By mixing red normalium with white fatalium, you get a pink liquid.
Yes, exactly. Took him long enough.
I see.
I see. It looks like Mr. DeBest finally gets it. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you have merely presented one possibility. Do we really know if the color was the result of the two chemicals mixed together? Furthermore, this sketch was drawn by the suspect. I cannot put much faith into it.
I just painted what I saw. How could that be a lie?
Mr. Artist, I did not permit you to speak.
This is Judge Courtney. She's a judge. She's a judge. She's like the rival of this game. And she's very confident at what she does.
Ugh, so cold. But that's part of her charm.
Of course, I intend to bring the truth to light immediately.
It would not be wise to jeopardize your position even further.
Yeah, because chemicals and paint are like, the same thing.
Aren't you going to answer my question from before? How do you know that artist did not enter the Autumn Palace? If you cannot prove this, there is no room for you to argue any further.
Well, normalium is paint, but the white stuff, fatalium, it comes from a chemical in like an insecticide. So it's not white paint. It's not red and white paint mixed together. But we are arguing that it's possible.
Hey, if we could find that out, could we find that out if we talk to the victim, pal?
The victim, Dame Gustavia, remains unconscious and in critical condition.
Ah, that's right.
Shit, she really fucking just smashed the ground with it.
Well then, Sebastian, we will be investigating the crime scene now. Sebastian will be investigating the crime scene now. All of you, please vacate the premises.
Oh, and who's this gonna be?
If you were to take a stand in court, you'd cause a lot of trouble for the presiding judge. Is there something you'd like to say, Mr. Artist?
Hold your horses, Miss Cool Beauty.
My name is Justine Courtney. Please don't address me by such a strange title.
Oh, you finally told me your name. Pleased to meet you, Justy. I'm Laurice Donham, but you can call me Laurice.
Mr. Artist, get to the point.
I just remembered I have something that I haven't had a chance to say yet. When I first got to this room, it was locked, so I couldn't go in. But then that old dude just suddenly fell through the door.
It would appear that palace rooms can be locked from the inside. Just you with the busty. But just because you say it was so doesn't mean the door was locked. Without proof, your statement holds no value.
Objection! Well, why not let Uncle Ray prove it for you?
What?
After all, we can confirm the room was locked too. Right, Miles?
Yes, I remember as well.
The Winter Palace should be... Huh? It's locked up. That's odd. I've already opened the museum.
Until the gas outbreak, no one could have entered this room.
Perhaps the suspect entered the room with the victim during the gas outbreak.
As you can see, this man did not inhale any of the gas. If you examine his belongings, you'll find he wasn't carrying a gas mask either.
Is that so? Well then, I have no choice but to agree.
That was easier than I expected. Anyway, I presume this clears up any suspicion surrounding Larry. It seems Mr. DeBest's logic was off once again.
Not exactly. I just didn't have enough information, that's all. Therefore, my reasoning was just before its time. He sure has a grand way of saying things didn't work out for him. In that case, there is one more suspect who has yet to take the stand. Mr. Artist, you are free to go.
Ha! But I just want to talk to you a little more, Justy. Justy?
Overruled.
Your cold demeanor leaves me memorized all the more.
This other suspect is... Hold on, Matt. I have emotes. They should be there. Maybe they didn't save. You should have one. And if I don't, I'll have to figure it out. Because I'm still new to this whole thing. If there's not custom emotes now, there will be. And Bolt Thumb is going to be the tier 1 subscription one. So,
Don't forget to sub, you know what I'm saying.
A pharmacist by the name of Delicia Scones. Oh. It would have been difficult for this artist to obtain the Fatalion from Megatoxin X. But a pharmacist may have knowledge of how to do that. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Sebastian, it would be best if we brought her in quickly.
Best if we brought her in quickly? Sounds good. Leave it to me.
Hey, Flatfoot, keep up the investigation.
Ugh, got it.
don't tell me. Judge Courtney suspected her from the very beginning?
So Mr. DeBest's logic wasn't any help at all.
Judge Courtney? Just what is she thinking? Oh, this is a good point to take a little break. We're gonna save the game. It'll allow me to refill my water because I'm almost out, and it will also allow me to effectively refill it because we've been going for a little while now, and I'd say it's probably good enough to take a quick break. It's a half hour, hour and a half. All right, so I will be right back. Text me if you need anything. Oh no. There we go. This episode of Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Miles Edgeworth Prosecutor's Path is brought to you by Streamlabs OBS. Now, I know how to fucking stream. Anyway, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I am returned to the stream. And I will say, I'm having a good time. The one thing is that I'm very tired. In the sense that I'm very sore tired, you know? Like, So, some context. Every month, I go and I run a half marathon. And today was that day. And my time, let me actually check what my time was today. I had 153 total moving minutes. And my total activity was 1 hour 57:55. So the 153:16 accounts for, like, you know, if I stopped and started at crosswalks, or if I was like reading a map to figure out where to go, or taking a quick photo. But the 157:16 is the total time I had it running and moving, and that I was moving. So yeah, today I ran a sub 2 half, so apologies if I'm a little all over the place a bit sometimes, because, woof. Yeah. So give me just one more minute or so to do a couple of things, and then we'll get back into it. It'll be good. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Liquidation was gonna announce who their Antonius de la Carroll is soon, I think. Or I think they made the decision today. I should check my email real fast. Looks like they're all playing games and whatnot. Unfortunately, it does not seem that I got a part, so that's too bad. Yeah, alright. We'll get back in one more second. Let me just check my spam. Nope. Alright. Alright, well, let's just get back into the action.
She said it would be only a 10-minute recess. They sure are taking an awfully long time. She said it would only take me a 10-minute recess. Ahem. Sorry to keep you waiting. Prosecutor DeBest presents Ms. Delicious Scones. You see, you called, so here I am. That's Australian again. God damn it. You called, so here I am. You called, so here I am. It is I, Delicious Scones, the pharmacist who makes delicious drugs. But you can call me Miss Delicious. And you can call me Mr. the Bestest. Oi, nice to meet you, bestie.
They've gone straight to nicknames. Oh, God.
Huh? That boy reminds me of someone.
This is Miles Edgeworth. He's Gregory's son.
You see, nice to meet you, Miley.
I want to give her an Australian or an Irish, and she's neither. Fug. Can you please not call me Miley?
Meeting Greggy's boy. I guess it's a sign I'm getting old. That I'm getting old.
How old is this woman?
Sebastian, isn't there something you'd like to ask Miss Pharmacist? Oh, right, yeah. Miss Delicious, could you tell us about the reason why you came to the art gallery? You see, I came to see the curator, Katie. I've been friends with her for 18 years. It's fucking Australian. I've been friends with her for 18 years, so I visit her quite often. Is it true, Miss Pharmacist, that you also assisted in the treatment of Mr. Gustavia? I guess you could say that, although I only made the antidote for the doctor. Wow, you made the antidote on the spot? You see, as long as I have the right ingredients, I can make any drug easily. The infirmary here is well equipped, you see. Instead of sending him to the hospital in critical condition, we treated him right away. I did all I could do. The rest depends on his body's ability to recover. Do you know the victim, Miss Delicious? You see, although it's been 18 years since I last saw him, I only knew that he'd become world-famous pastry chef.
Huh? Is the victim that famous?
I heard on the news he had won a competition for designing desserts.
Thanks, Milo. I can be the corpse part. Stupid group chats on Discord with good old VO Milo.
That reminds me. I do remember him mentioning something about studying design in Zhengfa.
Now let's get down to business. Miss Pharmacist, are you familiar with the drug Megatoxin X? You see, it's the drug that's used to kill those things. It's mega effective. Because the effects are so potent, it's not available to the general public.
What are those things you're referring to?
It's a drug for vanishing the creatures that strike fear into the heart of a lady. The ones that often infest kitchens and the like. I think I know what she's talking about. So, Miss Pharmacist, may I ask you one more thing? Do you know what happens when you mix normalium with fatalium? You see, I know. It's even written on the warning label for Megatoxin X. Hazardous when mixed. When mixed. When those two drugs are mixed together, a chemical reaction occurs and a gas is released. Inhaling a large amount of this gas can cause breathing difficulties, and even death. From the amount of poison gas Gusty breathed in, I think there was probably at least 500 milliliters of each chemical in the gas. Gas.
As expected of a pharmacist, she's very well informed.
Normalium is quite an adhesive liquid that becomes hot as soon as heat is applied. It also has a red color and a minty fragrance. Due to its low cost, it's used everywhere. Fatalium is a white, watery liquid. That's enough for now.
As expected of a pharmacist, you're very knowledgeable.
You see, of course I am. Megatoxin X is one of the chemicals that in the company I work for produces. But not just anyone has access to it. It's so potent as a poison that it couldn't be sold to the public after all. Thank you. I think that's all I need to hear.
Does Judge Courtney suspect her? What is she hiding behind that smile?
Oh, Flatfoot. Have you made progress in the investigation or something?
Yeah, let me tell you. The glass cases that contain the sculptures can be opened by a mechanism in the lid.
What strange cases?
The temperature in the cases can be lowered down to 0 Fahrenheit. The inside of the Pisces case was set to 27 Fahrenheit, so my hand nearly got stuck to the ice.
Good thing it didn't. So then...
From the lid of the Pisces case, we detected slight traces of normalium.
Not bad. Huh? If the normalium was in the glass case at a temperature of 27 degrees Fahrenheit, then it would have been frozen to the lid. Eh? Really? So, what happened?
Mr. DeBest, why don't we try borrowing the power of Kay's little thief? I think the circumstances will be easier to understand if we use our Mr. Thief.
So you really want to help me out that much? Fine. I'm not really sure how this all works, but you, get on with it. I hate being bossed around by this guy, but to arrive at the truth, I'll do it. Stop acting as you please. The goddess of law has no need of your power.
Don't be such a stick in the mud, Courtney Pie. We have approval of the prosecutor in charge, so what's the problem? Could it be there's something the PIC doesn't want us to find out?
That's none of your concern. If you insist on participating in the investigation, then let me check if you're qualified by asking you a question.
What is she planning?
Who set off the poison gas? If you can answer me that, I'll allow you to work with us.
Well then, Miles. The person who opened the Pisces case and set off the gas. When you think about the circumstances, there's only one person it could have been.
Yes, considering the circumstances, it's clear who it was. It's the only person who was in here.
So, please give me your answer. Who set off the poison gas?
It was dangerous stuff.
There was no one in the Autumn Palace other than the victim, Dane Gustavia. It's hard to believe that it could have been anyone but him.
It seems that way. Very well, I'll allow you to participate in this time. However, if I feel you are a hindrance, I will have to ask you to leave.
Understood. But what I don't understand is why the victim opened that case.
So, Mr. Edgeworth, what shall I recreate?
Based on the evidence we've gathered so far, let's recreate the scene before the gas.
Got it!
Okay.
What? Don't scare me like that! So, this is the true power of Sir Thief.
Let's investigate the Pisces sculpture post-haste. There's frozen normalium on the lid of the Pisces sculpture glass case.
It's frozen so thick that you can't even open the lid.
On the actual glass case, the lid was heavily cracked. It was like someone had it out for the Pisces sculpture, sir.
Do you have any idea how it came to be cracked like this?
Well, the damage didn't seem to have come from the outside of the glass case, sir.
I see. So the inside of the case was below freezing, and the case had developed cracks. There are no signs of external damage. Excuse me, there we go, there's number 4. God, I am disgusting. So freaking gross. From this we can deduce
Below freezing? Like Mr. Edgeworth's cold stare?
And cracked? Like Mr. Edgeworth's furrowed brow?
thermal fracturing. The cold from the glass case was heated from the outside, causing it to crack.
But why did the thermal fracturing occur here? And what caused it?
Inside the thermally fractured glass case, there was frozen normalium.
Oh? That face means you've probably thought of something.
Miles? Indeed, I have. I know how the Mr. Gustavia was able to open the glass case.
What? You can't how can you possibly know something I don't?
I'd say things he does know are in the minority.
Hey, aren't you gonna let me know?
How did Dane Gustavia open the glass case? Probably that. This gas burner that was found at the Autumn Palace shows signs of recent use. I believe this was the cause of the thermal fracturing in the Pisces sculpture's glass case.
A gas burner? Why would you use something like that?
Ah, I got it! The lid was frozen shut, so we had to use the burner to melt the ice.
Indeed, that is correct.
I just had a late start. I'm still the best, you know? Late start? You didn't even understand a single thing, did you? Well, that's just because Mr. Esper's explanation was too hard to follow.
Kay, why don't you update the little thief so that he can understand it?
If you say so.
The victim, Dane Gustavio, was the only one to enter the Autumn Palace. The Autumn Palace. If he used the gas burner, then the normalium in the glass case would have melted.
And then?
The melted normalium could have come into contact with the fatalium inside the case. Oh, that makes sense. And produced the poison gas. The moment Mr. Gustavia opened the lid, he would have begun to inhale the gas. He managed to drag himself out to the fountain patio. I almost said patio like the word ratio. Just before his strength ran out.
So he inhaled the gas when he opened the lid?
It seems he finally understands.
But why did Mr. Gustavi open the glass case of the Pisces sculpture?
The victim's goal, that I do not yet know.
Perhaps he had the same reason as Uncle Ray. Maybe he actually came to see the Winter Palace, not the Autumn one. Uncle Ray also thought that this was the Winter Palace at first.
Oi, you too, Ray Ray. I actually thought so too. It looked just like Icy's room from 18 years ago. It's even got the exact same plants in front of the door.
It seems everyone involved in the IS-17 incident made the same mistake. It is imperative that we investigate the real Winter Palace immediately. I should suggest that to Mr. DeBest.
I get it now, yeah. That's how it was.
Huh. Did you think of something?
The victim committed suicide. He thought he would look refined if he died in an art gallery. Have you even been listening? Well, if you're as smart as me, just hearing half the story will be enough. Sebastian, I'll explain it from the top later. Top? That means best, right? Alright, I'll leave it to you.
Oh my god. This motherfucker. Oh. I do not have the patience to deal with this fucking imbecile tonight. How long have I been going? Almost 2 hours? Yeah, maybe I'll just do a short one tonight. Because I'm fucking sick of Sebastian, gang. I'm like leaning back in my chair. Hang on, I'm just gonna fucking pull the mic off. Listen, gang, I'm fucking tired of this motherfucker, man. He's just... I don't care about Sebastian right now. I'm a little tired. I think unless there's a really good stopping point in the next like 10 minutes, I think it's just gonna be like, you know,
That's fucking Sebastian right here.
I'm going to. I'll keep going. I'll keep going. But I'm just fucking tired of Sebastian. Okay. It would indeed be best to let Judge Courtney handle him. That aside, don't you have some information to inform everyone of?
Ah, I totally forgot.
What are you talking about?
We did a little checking on that pharmacist. We, meaning the best prosecutor's subordinate. That's not something to brag about. Shut up, you! Quiet down. Listen. Suicide is off the table for now. Yeah. That's because in short, that pharmacist is the culprit. She set up the gas as a trap. Hey, no. It's a terrible shame, Ms. Pharmacist. How could one in the profession of saving lives stoop to extinguishing them? What are you saying? What are you saying? I would never do such a thing.
Yes, I heard. I don't care. I don't care. Mr. DeBest, do you have a basis for these accusations?
Of course! This is my basis. Her pharmacist's license. It would permit her to handle Megatoxin X, right?
And its active ingredient, Fatalium, was one of the components of the poison gas.
Exactly! That chemical is almost impossible for ordinary people to take.
Stop fucking messaging me funny things.
But that pharmacist is another story altogether. It wasn't me. You've got it all wrong. Objection! And that's not all. A bottle of Megatoxin X was found in the victim's pocket. And on the bottle, we found clear fingerprints. Yours. You and the curator took the victim to the infirmary, right? That would have given you the perfect opportunity to plant this bottle on him. That's... You are the only pharmacist on the premises who could have handled Megatoxin X. Furthermore, as the curator of this art gallery, you're an acquaintance of hers. You would have had access to the gallery at any time in order to prepare the poison gas trap. But please wait! That Megatoxin X, it was stolen! Trying to lie your way out of this won't go well with me. Frick. It's true! Look, I've got the proof right here in my bag.
What is she searching for?
Not this. Not this either.
I remember seeing that cloth recently.
Ah, here, take a look at this. This.
It's some sort of paper.
What's it say?
April 1st. Theft report accepted. Stolen item? Megatoxin X. This is a theft report acceptance certificate.
What? You see, truth is, 1 week ago, my Megatoxin X was stolen.
One week ago? That means you didn't have it with you today?
You see, that bottle you just found is probably the same one that was stolen from me. I normally carry that bottle of Megatoxin X in my bag at all times, even though I often forget to keep it locked up. I would never even think about mixing it with Normalium.
But why in the world would you carry such a dangerous substance on your person?
Well, you never know, and those things will appear. Those creatures that infest those kitchens, striking fear into the heart of a lady, right? Although, if you had a rolled up newspaper, you could just squash them with one blow. Justine, just what do we do now? Well then, can we really accept this theft report? Let's ask for confirmation. That should clearly tell us whether or not she's lying. Right! Well then, I'll just call and confirm it.
It looks like Miss
Delicious isn't the culprit.
Indeed. If she really did set up the poison gas as a trap, I don't believe she would do it in the way that incriminates her the most. So, Miles, who do you think is the culprit? Predicting the actions of the victim would require a fair amount of advanced planning, and there's only one person here capable of that.
Huh? Uncle Ray would like to know too. Who do you suspect?
The one who stole the Megatoxin X and prepared the room in advance was... well, it was the museum curator, probably. It had to be the curator of the Zodiac Art Gallery, Miss Catherine Hall. However, I still don't have any evidence that she is the criminal yet.
I see.
She is, The way he said that just now sounded like he had been expecting it.
Good job, Miles. As expected from Uncle Ray's future apprentice.
I have no intention of becoming your apprentice.
And I will announce the results of my verification. I can confirm that her theft report was indeed accepted. Therefore, it's a little too early to come to a decision.
That means your logic was completely faulty.
You're wrong. My real performance is yet to come.
Really? And how do you plan to proceed with your investigation?
First, we need to speak with the curator.
And after that?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Sebastian. Mr. Gustavia may have had business in the Winter Palace. I believe we should send an investigator there as well.
Oh, that's good too. Detective Gumshoe, investigate the Winter Palace at once.
Got it, sir.
Justine, let's go talk to the curator.
Yes, let us proceed. We should go and listen to what Miss Hall has to say as well. April 2nd, 1:35 p.m. Zodiac Art Gallery Fountain Patio.
All right, I want you guys to listen to what the curator has to say. Mr. DeBest, were you going to go and talk to her yourself? Nah, that's a job for my subordinates. All I have to do is wait for their report. I'm the best prosecutor, after all.
Such arrogance. Such arrogance.
Well, this is anticlimactic. I'm gonna go chill for a bit. Huh? What's that in the fountain? Ah!
Jesus Christ, what is it now?
There's a dead body in the fountain!
What is the meaning of this? Silence, everyone. Forensics. Identify this body at once.
It's terrible, pal.
Please be quiet, detective.
The ice sculptures in the Winter Palace. They've all melted, pal.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
What? What?
What?
What's going on here?
There are two victims now.
This is all just like 18 years ago.
Once again, the ice sculptures have melted.
Again?
Everyone related to the incident 18 years ago is gathered here now. This is no mere coincidence. Don't you think so, Miles? Yes. The key to finding the truth of this case lies in the IS-7 incident. This is what I believe. That's right. Uncle Ray thinks so too. Looks like it's time once again for Uncle Ray to tell you about the IS-7 incident. Is it a to be continued?
It is. Oh, it's a good stopping point. Right around the 2-hour mark.
Thank goodness, because I was getting fucking fed up with Sebastian and I'm too tired for this bullshit. Alright. Yes, 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 yes. Very good. Okay. So, next time, we will get to what Gregory Edgeworth's last case was. But, thank you all so much for watching. I don't have anyone to raid tonight, I don't think. I could look. I could definitely look, that's for sure. Oh no. That's the Treasury Wine Estates. Twitch.tv, and we gotta mute the tab so I don't get. Where's the mute site? There we go. Who is streaming? I could. Thunder Blondino is streaming. Yeah, I don't feel like we need to raid anyone because there's no one really there. But that's fine. But thank you all again so much. We'll be back next week with more of the past of Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth, Prosecutor's Path. Until then,